And just have one for longer distance riding and one that would be just for, like a daily use type thing. So obviously I wouldn't get rid of the sport glide, but so that's where my mind was at. But I went in there and I was thinking, right, okay, well, it's a big old thing. And then I looked at the road glides and the CVOs that were there. I thought, well, they're big old things as well. And then you look at the price of these things. I mean, crikey, the price of these things is just like the equivalent to the GDP of a small country sometimes. And you think, well, do I really want to spend that money? Then you think, well, do you spend that money on a tourer, that is a Harley, or do you go to another motorcycle brand? I mean, which is the best tourer out there? Because they've all got their own individual qualities. And is it a case of, the age-old question, do you just stick with Harley because it's a Harley? Do you stick with Harley because you just like the bikes? Or do you think they're a better product? You don't worry about the pricing because you have faith in the product. You have faith in the lifestyle and everything like that. Or do you look at other motorcycles? Do you look at other, brands? Whether it's BMW, whether it's things like the Triumphs, I don't know, any of the Japanese, Indian, of course. Here's the other one. I mean, we talk about Indian quite a lot at the moment. Are they coming on strong? Are they producing better bikes? Here's the thing, their technology and price base is on paper better than the Harley, but is it necessarily a better motorcycle? Is it a better experience? You have pros and cons with Indians. Some people say they're a lot better. Other people say, watch out, they're not as good as people think they are. Some people are saying that the people within the dealerships don't really know that much about Indians. There's a lot of false advertising. There's a lot of issues with them. Who knows? But you could say that about any brand. You could say that about any motorcycle that is selling you an idea, or brand that's selling you an idea, a dealership that's selling you an idea of riding that bike. Can you see yourself on that bike, on a BMW, on a Triumph, a KTM, whatever it is, a Suzuki, Kawasaki? Can you see that on your bike, or can you see yourself on that bike, and will it fit into your lifestyle? There's no doubt, we keep on coming back to this whole lifestyle thing and whether riding a Harley is in any way different from riding any other bike. I think somebody wrote this week on one of the videos that I published, or was it last week, and they were talking about, and they hit the nail right on the head, and I can't remember who it was, so I do apologize if you're watching this later. But it basically says something like, Harley Davidson, there's a soul and there's a lifestyle, but there's definitely a soul to Harley Davidson's. And you can't put your finger on it. It's got nothing to do with the mechanics. It's got nothing to do with the style, and it's got nothing to do with the perceived lifestyle or community. It's something intangible. It's something that it's just there. You feel it. If you feel it, if you know it's there, you feel it. And if you feel it, you know it's there. It's just something you can't put your finger on. You don't get that same vibe with others. And that's it. You just don't get that same. You just don't get that same vibe. And I think that is very true with Harleys. And you could say this about all the models, and whether this is Softails, whatever it is. But do they have something that we're missing in motorcycling? Well, I think for one, it's technology, but I think that is starting to change a little bit. Two is reliability. Well, actually, I think that's changing as well. They've had issues, the M8 engines, with sumping and with oil pumps and, oil migration and all that. But I think they've pretty much sorted those out now. On the Taurus, on the soft tail issues and everything. We're always going to find faults with any motorcycle. Doesn't matter what brand. But I think for the most part, the reliability and the tech side is good. But I think the comment came in saying, actually, Harley Davidson is the last bastion of natural biking. I'm paraphrasing here, but it was something like that. It's the last motorcycle that you could say still holds true the spirit of motorcycling.
RevelatorAlf.